All right, let's react to the flippin' how Diary of a Wimpy Kid 4 destroyed Rodrick's life. Oh my god. Well, I would like to say I've never seen any of these movies. I know of them because Rodrick is an alternative human being, therefore I will be compared to him. My hair looks really stupid right now too with the headphones. I promise I look really handsome when I'm not wearing the headphones. See? Handsome. Well, it depends on your version of handsome, but I've never seen any of the diarrheas, but I figured we could watch this. This is made by Sunny V2 and 3, 2, 7.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid 4 hired a whole different cast.
I have the one kid, this kid from Diarrhea, the main kid. Okay, it's not called Diarrhea. I'm immature for that. He's come to our parties. He's not a kid anymore. He's a person, like an adult. But I've never talked to him, but he was at our parties, and I know that because Jake posted his video at the party, and people were like, "Is that kid?" And then yeah, it is. Small world in LA.
Diary of a Wimpy Kid 4 hired a whole different cast from the 3 original movies. The replacement they used for Rodrick was so brutally criticized.
This guy I've seen, like, for some reason I've been on the random side of the internet where I've seen this guy makes like YouTube videos, the person that they call Not My Rodrick, which is actually really mean. A lot of people were really mean to this guy, which I'm sure he'll get into, but people are obsessed with the original look of Rodrick, and then the new one they were not as interested in.
As it ruined the actor's life.
I did go through a depressive.
Yeah, I've seen these videos.
Almost 3 years afterwards, and it kind of ruined my acting career.
You see, the original Rodrick set the bar extremely high. He was simply a downright legend. OG Rodrick was the cool big brother that everyone looks up to, whilst also being very relatable as a character. In most Diary of a Wimpy Kid character tier lists, Rodrick is often placed in top position.
He's going ass. Best character in the series. He's always great.
And then a Reddit post asking what's your favorite Diary of a Wimpy
Zooey Mama
Kid
category is
character,
huge.
About 80% of people said Rodrick was the best. Much of the character's charm was aided by the actor, with people even calling it the Devin Bostic effect. He played Rodrick into an unbelievably likable character, but Devin Bostic couldn't play Rodrick forever. He was already 19 in the first Wimpy Kid movie, and would have been 26 if he appeared in the fourth.
That's valid.
Faced a
Wow, that was a big ass
first movie, he
difference
was only 12,
in the filming,
making him 19 with facial hair by 2017. Creator of the series Jeff Kinney said, "The Wimpy Kid movies are different from Harry Potter, which follows the kids as they age. Main character Greg is frozen in his pre-adolescent amber. You cannot continue to."
I never
play
read
a
these
Wimpy
books,
kid
but I know
when
they
you have
exist.
muscles and a deep voice.
So that's
As a
kind of
result,
something.
For the fourth movie, they'd replace the entire cast, but the studio
I
didn't
read the
tell
books and didn't like them
anyone
as a
until
kid, but I watched the
trailer
movies and I love them.
understandably frustrating the fan base.
Wow.
Oh hell no, WTF, really? I prefer the old cast. The new Greg looks like 5. Bad. I want the old actors back, please. I have a really bad feeling about this. This bad feeling turned out to be correct, as whilst the studio was testing the movie, we got a lot of laughs, says Kinney. Then the lights came on and people started asking, why didn't they use the old cast? They were genuinely confused about why we'd replace such a good cast. It took us a little bit off guard. Ironically,
They might have been better off just keeping the old cast and then fucking making them get older for some reason.
the movie begins with Greg stating this.
This combination of people is just not working.
But there was one specific character who really didn't work. The new Rodrick looks
It's
like
dude.
Lord Farquaad.
Yeah, I don't even think he's not like in his YouTube videos he looks fine and stuff. It's the fucking hairstyle they did on him too. Like they fucked him over. They didn't figure it out. That's all.
Who really didn't work. The new Rodrick looks like Lord Farquaad. Rodrick is now a Japanese girl. They seriously couldn't find another Rodrick? They had to pick someone who looks like they've been adopted. This comment made a pretty good point, especially when looking at scenes like this one. The actor...
It's his hair. His hair looks like not even like badass too. Like the other Rodricks was like spiky and kind of like gave Green Day vibes, but like, you know, like you like smoke cigarettes. This one, like, he doesn't look edgy enough. Doesn't look edgy enough.
Charlie Wright was part Japanese and had totally different features to the two supposed parents. And while the original Rodrick looked like a teenage band member, the new Rodrick didn't.
Yeah.
He didn't exactly look like a person who'd be wearing a Motorhead t-shirt. The original Rodrick was also the perfect mix.
Anyone can
of
wear a
dumb,
Motorhead
smart,
t-shirt.
evil, and encouraging, whilst they wrote the new Rodrick to just be a stupid imbecile
Avenged
with zero
Sevenfold.
positive qualities.
I got us a microwave pizza.
Is he making it in a fucking...
Rodrick? That's a mini safe.
Being
I was
only
gonna say.
Charlie Wright's fourth ever acting role, his overall performance wasn't exactly amazing, and the internet was quick to let him know. They first mocked his appearance through physical comparison. The Joker, Michael Jackson, Lord Farquaad, Lil Tay, Johnny Depp, Edna from The Incredibles,
Okay.
Leafy is here, the chef from Ratatouille,
Leafy is here?
Randall from Monsters Inc. The new Rodrick even looked
that's
like
mean.
a kid the old Rodrick would bully. Whilst all of this was happening, hashtag not my president was trending on Twitter, which people adopted and parodied to read hashtag not my Rodrick. It was
Jeez.
photoshopped onto some paper held by Devin Bostick, leading the hashtag to go mega viral. It gained over 200,000 individual Instagram posts, all of which roasting fourth movie Rodrick.
See, like, people don't understand though, like, doing this is like, I mean, it's valid to, like, you know, prefer one, whatever, but like the actual degradingness and like hate that people send towards these people, especially when it comes to their existence as like physical attributes and shit, is just brutal. It's more than a character. This is a real human that people are just making fun of, and people could just say don't look at it, but it's impossible. I mean, like, that shit was, I didn't watch the movies and I knew this shit was happening. So it's just actually disgusting, and it's unfortunate, and like people still don't feel bad about it, and they still probably fucking say this shit, and it's like, it's rude. So.
In their own unique way. He went from your daughter calls me daddy to can I talk to your manager? Hashtag not my Rodrick. You versus the guy she tells you not to worry about. Name a bigger downgrade, I'll wait. People value the
Jesus
old Rodrick
Christ.
more than ending world hunger.
That's painful.
And even re-edited the second movie to have old Rodrick roast new Rodrick.
Oh my god.
Can you explain what you're doing in this photo?
That's not me.
The hashtag became so popular, people then began a movement. On Monday, March 27th, when we returned to school, everyone please write hashtag not my Rodrick on your wrist, which hundreds if not thousands
Jesus
of people
Christ.
actually did. Friend, hey, you've been wearing long sleeves a lot lately.
They care too
Are you
much.
Okay? Me, yeah, I'm fine. Not my Rodrick. In the process, they changed his Wikipedia. Charlie Wright is a greasy corn-looking
Jeez.
Leafy is here. Jeffree Star's cousin with Down syndrome.
That's
Lord
fucked up.
Farquaad imposter Willy Wonka looking Pleakley Freak, who's playing my daddy Rodrick Heffley in the 2017 film Diary of a Wimpy Kid the Long
That's
Haul.
so fucking
As you
mean.
can see, he looks like corn and or a soccer mum. This is not Rodrick. His old Instagram posts filled with nothing but insults,
Insane.
while literally dozens of petitions called for old Rodrick
These people
back.
fucking suck. People fucking suck. That's insanely rude to like fucking to go on like such a tangent and like go on his fucking Instagram comments and do that. People suck, and they don't even. I mean, there's a lot of young people with this type of demographic, but it's just unfortunate. It's so mean.
One of which gaining over 20,000 signatures. Another petition was proposed on the Wimpy Kid subreddit. Change upvotes to the true Rodrick and downvotes to the fake Rodrick. Almost 7,000 people agreed. Things had gotten so bad, they'd get help from the old Rodrick.
Fox just sent me the new trailer for Diary of a Wimpy Kid The Long Haul and asked me to make a reaction video.
Who was encouraging to the replacement.
I just wanted to say to Charlie Wright, the new Rodrick, I gracefully pass on this torch as Rodrick. It's time to let go and know that there's a new man in town and someone's got to rock and roll and it's you.
But people didn't buy it. He tried to be nice, but inside he's screaming. I thought
I can guarantee, like, at his age, he would, and like with what the movie is, I would assume that he understands that he's not supposed to, like, he can't continue that role, or that it like doesn't make sense. People just literally like to speak for other people. They like to make assumptions like crazy online. It's insane.
he was about to cry when he saw the Walmart version Rodrick. You can literally see his sadness from his eyes, even if
Jesus
he's not
Christ.
expressing
Fucking
it.
weirdos.
Despite the hardcore backlash, the studio thought fans would learn to love the new cast.
But I think that the new cast does a great job.
He can't truly give a crap. Yeah, he probably doesn't really give a crap. I mean, he probably gives a crap in the sense of, like, he probably does love that character and, like, wishes, like, you know, he had his time with it. I wouldn't want to speak for him. People, like, overanalyze. Oh my god, he really wants to play Rodrick forever. Like, does he? Does he? Maybe,
He
but
believes
probably not. I
audiences
don't know.
will come around. People are still so invested, he says. It's gonna take kids a few minutes to adjust to the new cast, and then we're off to the races.
I think it's going to be the best Diary of a Wimpy Kid yet.
A professional critic even said, The Long Haul is going to be his movie of the summer, says McNamara, who doesn't envision the outcry hurting the movie's box office or home release. However, this wasn't the case.
Is it a wig? I don't even know if
Despite
that.
its
I thought that was
budget
just his
of
hair.
$22 million, the film opened to earnings of
$22 million budget for this movie? That's huge for something like this. I would assume. That sounds huge. 7 million.
7.1. It received just 4.3 stars on IMDb.
It's not good.
And a measly 19% on Rotten Tomatoes. This film is unwatchable. I suffered through 91 minutes, which somehow felt longer than the extended edition of
That's a
Fellowship
lot of
of
money
the
for
Ring.
a film like this.
The new cast was horrific, the script was aimed at toddlers, and the acting was the worst that I've seen in recent memory. The movie was further blasted in videos such as this one, with 24 frames of Nick stating, "I legit almost puked while watching this movie. I had to pause and rewatch the originals just to keep my sanity." Jason Drucker, who played fourth movie Greg Heffley, explained he almost deleted social media due to the backlash, and he wasn't even the primary target of the hate campaign. So how did
mean.
Charlie Wright feel? Well, 7 years after the movie first came out, he'd make his own YouTube channel and post a video titled "Life is Not My Rodrick."
When the world found out that I was playing Rodrick, they weren't very happy. People just didn't like me. I don't know.
It explained what had happened as a result of the hashtag.
The random death threats were a little disturbing. And to have people saying that they wished I was dead just for doing my job and being in a movie was kind of crazy.
Also mentioning they cancelled 2 planned sequels.
The other 2 films that were planned to go ahead after this one were canceled.
Meaning he missed out on a massive sum.
His hair looks, he looks more like Rodrick in this. This is how, I mean, I guess he looks like probably a little too old to play Rodrick now, maybe a little bit. But like his hair looks more Rodrick-y in this. He looks more like Rodrick. And he's got the little ear piercing going on. I don't know, he looks more edgy in this. It's just the hair. Yeah, the hair was just really not it. It looked too soft and like, it looked too like preppy in a sense or something. Like it was just too nice. Being an actor seems like it'd be mentally challenging. Oh, for sure. Any type of form of having people's public opinions on you, there's no preparing yourself for that. And there's no guidebook, and there's no real thing you can really do about it either. It's like, it's a very mentally draining thing. And I mean, you know, it's just tough.
To go ahead after this one were canceled.
Meaning he missed out on a massive sum of money.
So for the first movie, I made $75,000. Now, had we made second movie, I would have ended up making $125,000 for that one. Okay, last but not least, if we made a third
probably
movie,
300.
I would have made $300,000 on that one.
He'd therefore struggle with his mental health.
I did go through a depressive episode for almost 3 years afterwards,
making leaving his house a troubling experience.
So I had this feeling that whenever
he's rocking
I
a
went out,
Cure
people were
shirt.
either like judging me or hating me or laughing at me.
And as a result, he'd just retire from acting completely.
That's sad.
Kind of ruined my acting career. And to be honest, I never really liked acting.
The saddest part, as suggested here, was that he didn't deserve any of it. His style was chosen by the production team.
Yeah, so this wasn't my idea at all. I don't know why they decided to go with this weird haircut. I just remember going to the makeup trailer every day and having them put an insane amount of hairspray until it turned into like this really crusty, hard helmet bob.
And as a result,
the hair is
everyone
bad.
instead began to defend him. The internet owes you an apology, my man.
The internet loves to like beat the shit out of people and assume things, and then literally like in time or whatever, or when they finally like see how it affects the person, be like, oh my god, you know what, we were wrong about you, or I always felt bad, I just didn't say anything to stand up for you. Constantly like that. You see it all the time though. It's like, I mean, it's nice when people are being nice, but it's like, come on, like people just fucking go too hard on people. We're all trying to figure it out. I feel like most people in this world are not, even though I do dislike a lot of people in this world because a lot of people fucking suck, I feel like a lot of people are not trying to be bad people, you know? I feel like a lot of people, I think a lot of people like to make the assumptions or just want to take their hurt out on other people, but a lot of people are not trying to be bad people. People just like to take their anger out on them, and you know, that's unfortunate. If you really got to see the person, you probably would be able to see a different side of it. It's just really hard when people don't see the humanness of humans.
People forget that actors are real people with real feelings. Goes through a 3-year depression slump and comes back to forgive his undeserving audience. What a class act. Wishing you the best, Charlie. I do know nothing declared we should be ashamed.
What I'm trying to get across is that we shouldn't have attacked Wright or anyone else. Our best option should have been to stay silent and not watch the movie because Wright is a human being.
While Twitter began to state, while I personally hated the movie and the characters, including Rodrick, Charlie Wright should never have received those nasty comments. Therefore, his
it's valid to hate the
attitude
movie.
has been
It's fine.
extremely admirable.
It's art.
Do you
I don't
regret
like it all.
doing the movie? No, not at all. It was and still is the best acting experience I've ever had in my life, and I find myself very lucky to have been able to do that movie and portray that character.
Wow. Be nice, people. Be nice.
Last Christmas, I gave